It began in May 2024, during a quiet evening in the suburbs. A family in Minnesota was watching TV when a strange voice interrupted them. But it wasn't coming from the television. It was coming from their vacuum cleaner. And it wasn't just any voice. It was screaming racial slurs. They weren't the only ones. Similar reports emerged from Los Angeles and El Paso. Robot vacuums, specifically the Ecovacs Deebot X2 model, had apparently turned rogue. They started following pets around the house, making offensive noises, and even snapping photos of people without permission. At first glance, it sounded like something out of a comedy horror film. But this was no joke. These devices had been hacked. Security researchers soon pieced the story together. The problem wasn't in some hidden evil AI. It was in bad cybersecurity practices and some poorly designed software. Many users were reusing weak passwords across multiple accounts, passwords that had already been leaked in previous data breaches. Hackers simply took those old credentials, plugged them into Ecovacs app, and gained access to live camera feeds, speakers, and motion controls. In some cases, they didn't even need the correct PIN code. The app itself was doing the PIN verification locally, instead of asking the server, which meant hackers could trick the system into unlocking everything. This allowed them to speak through the vacuum speaker, activate the camera, and drive the device remotely. A high-tech helper in the home had suddenly become a remote-controlled creep on wheels. One dog owner in California said their vacuum started chasing their golden retriever around the house, barking insults. In another case, a couple realized that the camera had been recording them while they were getting dressed. The unsettling part wasn't just the harassment. It was the realization that these machines had access to incredibly private moments and spaces, and most users had no idea how vulnerable they were. Ecovacs quickly issued an apology and promised updates. A partial patch was released shortly after the incidents, but a full security fix didn't arrive until several weeks later. In the meantime, cybersecurity blogs and consumer protection sites warned people to take the issue seriously. What seemed at first like an isolated prank was, in fact, part of a growing trend. Connected devices with cameras and microphones are becoming targets, not just for sophisticated criminals, but also for bored teenagers with too much time and a working knowledge of leaked password databases. The broader problem is that these devices are often marketed as convenient and harmless, but they map our homes. They can record our voices. Some even build 3D models of the rooms they clean. And all of this data, if poorly protected, becomes a playground for hackers. Security experts recommend setting up a separate Wi-Fi network just for smart home devices, disabling unnecessary features like cameras and mics, and most importantly, never reusing passwords. Firmware updates should be installed as soon as they're available. Most people wouldn't leave their front door wide open, but when it comes to digital locks, we tend to forget the risks. This story serves as a strange reminder. As technology gets smarter, the line between helpful and intrusive can blur quickly. That friendly little robot cleaning your floor might also be an uninvited witness to your daily life. All it takes is one missed update or a reused password to turn convenience into chaos.